up? It's Phoebe. This is Mike. He's our station owner. And we have Heather Evans joining us for our Artist Spotlight. Welcome, Heather.
Thanks for having me, Phoebe. This is fun.
Yes. Yes. We're so excited and happy that you're joining us today. Now, when did you get started with music?
I got started with music when I was 12 years old, and maybe even before that, because my family was just a musical family. And I grew up singing in the car, listening to music all the time. And my mom played piano and would sing with my dad around the piano. And so I just learned at a young age about music and how to sing and even how to do harmonies. Um, So I've been like playing music pretty much my whole life. And I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old. And at 15, I was like writing a bunch of songs and my dad got me studio time. So at 15 years old, I'm recording in the studio. And by 17, I released an album, like a full-length album. And some of those songs ended up on MTV's Laguna Beach. And so that was kind of like the start for me. And when I realized, oh, hey, I could do music as a career. So that's kind of the start for me. And here I am. I'm not going to tell you how many years later, still doing music.
What an
So
amazing
funny.
story.
Yeah, I had a really musical, supportive family, and I'm grateful for that because I could not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my family. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That is amazing that you started so young already writing and singing for TV.
yes, it's
That's
crazy. I'm like, so that was kind of the beginning journey. And I realized, oh, I didn't even know that was an option for musicians. I thought that the normal plan was like, you know, write songs, record an album, go on tour, and then you'll get discovered, get on a label, all that stuff. But I did it sort of a backwards way where I was like, let me get my songs on TV shows, and the audience found me. And at a
No.
young
yes.
age, like I'm selling, thousands of CDs and getting emails from, the TV show. Cause back in those days, like music wasn't just out there. They'd have to wait till the end credits to find out who the artist was. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that, but I would always
Yes.
wait too.
Yes.
And
That's right.
so yeah, I sort of like went about it a different way than most musicians. So it's pretty fun.
Sure.
That's amazing. Now, we found you on TikTok. I think
Yes. Oh
Anne,
my
yeah,
gosh.
she found you on TikTok. She showed me your
Yep.
TikTok. And when I saw your video for your new song, right? Did it
Yep.
just come out? Yes. And
Yes.
I loved your song. It reminded me very much of Amy Lee from Evanescence. I don't know.
Yes. She
Yeah.
was a big inspiration for me back in the day.
Okay.
So
Love it.
good job. Yep.
Yes. I
Cool.
fell in love with your voice, and I had Mike watch it, and I said we have to get her on as one of our artist spotlights. She has a beautiful, unearthly kind of haunting sound, but it
Yeah.
really spoke to me and it called out to me. And that's when I think Anne reached out to you on TikTok, right?
Yep. I love it. It's the TikTok connection, man. So great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So talking about that, and you already told us how you went about having your music on TV shows back in the day. So how about now? Is
Yeah.
that different?
It is
COVID and
different.
everything?
It is a lot different. Sort of. Okay. So when I first got my songs on TV shows, I was single, doing my thing. And I ended up getting married and uh we got pregnant with our first child and I got really, really sick. And so I had to put
Oh.
music on hold for a while. And then I finally started getting better from that. And I got pregnant again with my second child.
Whoa.
Story. Same thing happened. I got super sick and I couldn't do anything for,
Oh.
like a year or year and a half. And
Mhm.
um so I was kind of like sad that some of the dreams in my heart, I didn't get to do because I got married so young and had kids so young. And I got really, really sad, like, oh man, this is it. Like, I guess I can't do music anymore. But I'm like, who told me that you can't live your dream and have kids like at the same time? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get back on the horse. Like sometimes when you fall off the horse, it's hard to get back on it and it's hard to like
Mm.
believe in yourself again, I guess. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. I was writing songs throughout that whole time. Like I never stopped writing. I never stopped being a musician, but I was just like, I'm gonna write and record a song a month for an entire year to just start building my catalog to try to get songs on
Oh.
TV shows again. And I started sending emails out in that whole process. And every single song got signed to a music licensing company that finds songs for TV shows. And one of those companies actually got my songs on So You Think You Can Dance, Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings, Dancing with the Stars Junior. And it started happening again. And I was just like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I can do it from home. I literally record in my basement studio and
Oh,
work with producers all over the country. The producer that actually worked on Coming After Me, my latest single, that's like really trailer epic. He's in the UK. So I just like send him my
oh,
vocals, or I send him like a rough demo and then send it over to him. Then he sends me something to sing to and I sing it back to him. So
oh.
there's nothing stopping me from chasing that dream like right here at home. And
Yes.
all the things that were stopping me, like I've had to overcome, over the years for sure. But I'm doing
Mhm.
it and I'm proud of myself and I'm like I'm back in the game. And I actually just had a huge placement on of this song We're Going Down. It's a like trailer, very haunting, like Coming After Me song. Um
Mm.
it's like it was for a promo for NBC's new show La Brea about the sinkhole in
Yes.
LA. So it's like
Yes. Mhm.
the lyrics are like we're going down, and
Yeah.
it's perfect and it fits perfectly. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh.
And that was a huge one for me because that was like NBC, they're playing it,
Mhm.
all the time. People were texting me saying, Heather, I heard your song on NBC. I'm like, so it's been just so cool. And I'm so glad I didn't give up back then. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
could have
Yeah.
given up, but
Mhm.
I got back on the horse and I kept pushing through. So
Mhm. Yes. And I remember seeing the promo for La Brea, and then I went
yeah,
and watched the TV show. I was hooked. And
it's
when I
good.
saw the
Yeah.
TV show, yeah, I saw the TV show and I heard your song. I was like, there it is, there it is. There's Heather, there's Heather.
I
I
know. I'm like, what? That is so
know
cool,
her.
right? I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. And it's
Yes, it's
definitely
so
like
exciting.
boosted my listens and streams and
Mm.
everything. So it's like, it's doing what it's supposed to do?
Yeah.
So fun.
Yes. And it's so amazing now with the technology, everything remote, you can do
Yes.
things almost instantaneous
Yeah.
Yep.
and you can reach so many people so quickly all over
Yep.
the world. Hmm.
Exactly. And I love that as an
Yeah.
independent artist, I can do things the way that I want to do them. And
Mhm.
I'm not constrained by anything really?
Yeah.
Speaking of being a mom and also a musician, how do you balance the two?
How do I balance the 2? Oh, um, it's a lot easier now that they're older. Like, my daughter is 6 and my son is 11 now, and so
Mm.
Oh,
they're at school most of the day. But before that, I would have to get very creative and use my windows of opportunity really wisely, and a lot of
Mm.
my times, like, for recording, I would just have to record at night or during nap time, and, just or, while the kids are playing, I'm sitting in the chaos as they're like running around me or screaming. And I'm just like completely focused into my guitar, still writing songs and just make it happen. And I feel like I have superpowers of some, like being able to shut out all the noise. Like I can shut it all out and just like be creative, you know? So
Kids are screaming in the background. Really? Where?
like,
Where?
oh, there's a fire? What? No. That's me. I'm like oblivious to the world when I'm songwriting. It's hilarious. So great.
That's a very special talent to be able to tune out the world and just focus on what you're working on. That's really cool.
It is a talent. I'm like, it's my gift. It's my gift. It's so fun.
That's too funny.
Very nice.
So tell me, what is your goal with your music? You've sang for TV shows now, and you're shooting for movies now, right? You're pitching for movies. So
yeah.
what else, what are your goals?
My main goals, honestly, are to be able to sustain writing from home and, you know, pitching songs to TV shows and film. And right now, my big goal is to do more promos and trailers, because those are the ones that pay the most. And my ultimate dream is to get a house and like put a down payment on a house, you know, with the money that I'm making from music. Like that would be my ultimate dream and goal, is to be able to, like, everything that I make from music is extra, you know what I mean? So to be able to do that would be such a dream. And yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing, you know, be able to create and write music and get paid for it. I'm like, that's the ultimate dream and goal as an artist, is to just continue to do what I do. And I'm doing it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of the goal, I guess.
And I remember early on, when we met off of TikTok, you sent me a news article about how you pitched your songs to TV shows and movies. So did you want to tell us a little bit about that in detail?
Sure. It's a crazy, I've gone about it kind of the DIY musician way, which people come to me all the time like, Heather, how did you do this? How did you do this? Because it's hard to tap into it, and it's a very small pool, and it's closed off. It's very closed off. But once you're in, you are in. And so I was going to a bunch of music conferences and just meeting music supervisors, the people that pick the songs for TV shows, meeting supervisors, getting in music listening sessions where music supervisors on TV shows are listening to a ton of songs, and they will like save them right then and there into their own personal library. And it just like gets you in right away. And then they can look through, you know, you may not hear from them for 3 months, but if it's in their catalog, it's tagged in a certain way that if they're looking for like dark cinematic, my song's going to pop up to the top. So I'm like, yeah. So all the time I have this app where I get to see if music supervisors are looking for my songs. And it's so cool when it happens. You're like, no way, nice. This could be for a show. And just like meeting them at these conferences and making personal connections, following up via email is huge. Like I have, through all these conferences that I've been to, I have over 100 music supervisors' contact information on shows. I'm talking Lionsgate, Viacom, all these huge companies, you know, I'm talking with, you know, and they're sending me briefs for, like I just got a brief, which is like, they'll say, hey, I need a dark love song for a vampire show that I'm working on, where a husband and wife or whatever, you know. And so I'm like, okay, do I have a song that fits that? If I don't, I'll try to create a song if I have time. Like if they're like, hey, we don't need this till Monday, I'll create a song over the weekend. We literally did like a 2-day turnaround. From the time I wrote it to the time like we professionally recorded it to like mixing and mastering. I I'll turn it around for them and send it to them. And they're like, oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this is going to be in the show
Wow.
tomorrow. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. And you have to have your stuff together. You have to be organized and like, or you have to have all your instrumentals and album artwork. So I'll like make an album artwork really quick, you know? And, so I'm just like from start to finish, I am creative director and I'm like making these choices about what things look like, what they sound like, how I'm presenting it to the world. And yeah, so I'm kind of like my own business, you know?
Wow.
And if people need a song, they'll come to me and ask me to write a song for them. So that's kind of just through going to conferences, creating personal relationships, and listening sessions has been the main way that I've gotten my songs in TV shows. And it's the most fulfilling that the most recent placements that I've gotten have been through me personally contacting them, not through a company. Like I have other companies that are pitching my music as well, but most of them have been from me. So I'm like, yes, it's working.
That's awesome. So what would you say is your favorite TV placement? Talking about the placements there.
Oh man, there's so many. One of my favorite ones, I'm not gonna lie. So my song was in the key moment in 16 and Pregnant. I think it was I'll Stay With You. It's a very like emotional song about somebody staying with you in like a hard moment. And she was literally giving birth. It was the birthing scene. And I'm just like, as a mom, that just really touched my heart that it was in the key, like climactic moment of the episode. I was like, this is so fulfilling and cool, you know? And then also, like one of my songs was in the featured artist spot on MTV's Teen Mom 2. And so MTV was tweeting about me and my song, and I was on all their like social media stuff. So I was just like, my teenage self was feeling so good, you know? That I was on MTV's stuff. That's so cool. Oh my God.
I loved both of those shows. I remember seeing that that clip of the girl giving birth, and I heard your song. I was ready to cry. I was tearing up.
I know. I'm like, I did. I think I did cry. I'm like, I shouldn't be crying right now, but I am. Yeah.
I didn't know if I had to focus on your music, listening to your music, or watching the girl giving birth. I was so torn. I had to watch it a few times.
That's the whole thing, is like music is supposed to be that supporting role. It's not supposed to be the main thing. It's like the support of what's happening in the scene, and it adds the emotion to it. It's like, oh, that's beautiful when you can partner with that. I'm like, I love it.
That is great. So, what's your latest song and how did it come about?
Oh, yes. Okay. So my latest song, Coming After Me, this is a crazy story. So I'm in a bunch of like Facebook groups and things like that with like producers and pop music groups and sync groups and stuff like that. And so uh there was a guy who was like, hey, I'd love to like team up with any vocalists that do like cinematic trailer stuff. And so I posted my song We're Going Down that was used in the La Brea promo, and the guy was like, this is phenomenal, can we work together? I have a song. And so he is in the UK. His name's Alex Tarrant, and he sends me the song, and I'm like, this is next level. I don't even know if I can add anything to this to make this better. Like, I have to get my act together because this is a professional here. And and so I literally though, I felt the pressure for a moment, and then I was like, okay, no, take the pressure off. It's going to be okay. You've written songs before. It's going to be great.
Mhm.
And so I just start listening to it and I just get this feeling. I got a feeling of like somebody, a dark figure, like in the background, just like watching me. I don't even know. And then I I felt like forward motion and I just started singing this line. I can feel it coming after me. I can feel it coming after me. And I was like, that's what it is. And so I just started to describe everything I was feeling as I pictured myself in that spot of like peering over my shoulder, feeling that presence of like something there. Like I can feel it. I feel it in the shadows. It's calling out my name. I feel it coming closer. Can feel it on my skin. I can feel it coming after me. And I was like, oh, this will work in like creature movie trailers or, you know, a thriller or like stalker situation. I'm like, let's call up you or Dexter or something like that. They can use it in promo or whatever. But yeah, so I was like, oh, that was perfect. So I listened to the track because he already had a track laid out. And then I just added my vocals and lyrics and did it all in my basement studio and sent it back to him. And he edited it. And that was that. And we're just like, okay, that was amazing.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when
You know,
stuff just clicks like that. It's just like a magic
mhm.
moment, you know?
Yes. I saw your TikTok promo for that too. It's called Monster in Me, right? Or
Oh,
what's the song called?
The
The one
Monster.
that you're
So there's another one called The Monster that
okay.
is different than Coming After Me, but it's like the same feeling of
Mhm.
only The Monster is about the inward. It's like, don't be so scared of the monster underneath your bed. The monster's in your head. And
Oh,
talking about how we are our own worst critic a lot of times. And
right.
we're
Yeah.
the ones that we're fighting against. Not so much the outward stuff, but the inside stuff. So
Mhm.
that one is actually going to be on a Netflix show in the coming months, which is really exciting. So
Good.
Ooh, are you able to tell us
I
what the
can't
name of
tell
the
you.
network?
No,
Ah!
I can't tell you. I'm like,
Dang it.
but it's on Netflix. So, but
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Good enough.
whenever it happens, I will announce it to the world because it's so exciting.
Good
Yes.
enough. Yeah.
Ah,
Good enough. Good enough.
so
That's
fun.
so exciting. I was thinking about that because in my mind, I could envision this movie or the show, TV show,
Yeah.
with your voice in it, with your music. And, I don't really like horror, creepy, monster shows, but I told myself, Phoebe, Heather's song is going to be in it. You have to watch it. So
You got to
I'm
do
going to
it.
psych myself.
I know, right? Well, see, I'm not either. I'm like a very sunny personality. And the fact that I'm writing all these dark things, it's hilarious. But I just put myself into character and
Mhm,
like almost right from that place. It's like not necessarily what I'm thinking, but
mhm,
I put myself in a character and like just go headfirst into the creativity of it. I almost feel like an
mhm.
actor, you know what I mean? I'm like writing from a different place in a different character. So it's fun.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I've seen a lot of your pictures off your website too. And to me, my impression of your personality, was kind of dark from your songs. But then I see these cute, sunny, colorful
I
pictures. I'm like, wait a minute, this is more like her, but she's singing.
Yeah. I'm
So,
yeah, I feel like it's like an alter ego. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like another side of my personality. So it's
yeah.
fun.
I
I
like
like,
it.
yeah, I love to do that because then you're more versatile and you're more, you can do a bunch of different things, you know? Like I can
Mhm,
do dark stuff. I can do emotional singer-songwriter. I can do uplifting, poppy stuff. I can do it all. So I
mhm,
don't try to box myself in, I guess, as an artist is like whatever I'm feeling that day, I'll just run with it and go for it
mhm.
and can create a lot of different stuff that way.
So do you do any comedy type of things?
Comedy type of things? On TikTok, I do. I
Okay.
like yeah, I definitely do. Yeah. I do all kinds of like, I did one with my husband, like, what it's like to be married to a musician. Oh, man, it's so good. It's awesome. He's like,
I
"Yeah,
remember.
this is yeah, how it is. This is definitely how it is."
I
He's so
remember
funny.
watching that too.
He's great. Like, he's so supportive, and he'll be in my cheesy little videos, and he's been in, I think, all of my music videos. It's so great.
We have to spot the husband in the background, the cameo, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, "Honey, you'll be in all of them, whether you like it or not." No. He
You
played,
already
like
recorded it.
yeah, in, the "We're Going Down" video, he played, like, an angry husband or whatever, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great." But he did great. He was perfect. He's not really angry at all, but it was
That's
great.
good. That's good. That's good.
That's very good to have the support of your family, and so they can
Yes.
help you out too, along with the journey, and go through that experience with you too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Even my kids
Mhm.
too, they're super supportive and, they're like, "Mom, you're kinda famous." I'm like, "I don't know." And they just think everything I do is so cool. They're like, "Wow." Or, they'll come down in my studio space and they'll be like, "Wow, this is like a studio." Like, "I know, isn't it cool?" And I hope that they see someday that, like, if they have big dreams or things that they're going after, that they can do it too. You know, they saw mom
Yes,
do it
Yeah.
and that they feel like, "Hey, I can do this too. If mom can do it, I can do it." So,
that's
That's right.
right.
That's exactly right.
Yes, it's setting an
yeah,
awesome example for your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's great. So, why don't we take a pause here and we'll watch your music video?
Awesome. Let's do it.
Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown. Down the rabbit hole. Where it stops, no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. Down. We're going down the rabbit hole. Where it stops, no one knows. We're going down.
That was an awesome video, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Phoebe and Michael. It was a blast to be on Alternative Twist Radio today with you guys.
Great. And we're so happy, and we're looking forward to watching and listening to more of your music.
Thanks, guys.
I know a lot of our artists are looking to do what you're doing right now. So I know that they'll be watching your video for tips and any kind of insight, because I feel like a lot of people may feel kind of stagnant, especially now in COVID.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
so
go
true.
anywhere really. I mean, you can, but it's
You
more
can't
strict, and
tour. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many rules and regulations. So I feel like what you're already going through will help them so much and inspire
Yeah.
them and encourage them to keep going. Even though COVID, you know what? Screw COVID. We can still do this.
It's true. And
Yeah. Mhm.
that's one thing that's really sad is I'm hearing from so many musicians that they're like, well, I guess I got to quit music or, whatever. I'm like, no, you can still be writing, recording. There's stuff that you can be doing in the midst
Yes.
of all of it. So that's what my job is, to encourage people and be like, you can do it. Keep going, don't quit.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
don't you actually have a course that teaches people what the?
I do. Yeah. So I have a course that's called Intro to Songwriting for TV and Film, that it literally takes you step by step through my process of how I got my songs on TV shows. And I even have like mentor sessions they can sign up on after they take the course to kind of like make a game plan of how to do it. So it's pretty awesome. And the artists that I have in the course and like who are doing mentor sessions are already crushing it and have their songs signed to music licensing companies. So it's working.
Okay, and where would they find that at? What website or?
Yeah, just on my website, heatherevansmusic.com/classes. So
Classes.
I love connecting with other independent artists like me who are going through it, and
Mhm.
we need
Yeah.
support and we need each other to cheer each other on. So
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and
True.
it's really as part of music and writing, I feel, or just being a human being, just being
Yeah.
able to pour what you've learned and teach and mentor other
Yes.
people who's younger.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
my heart for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Heather. We enjoyed
Thank
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so good
Yes.
to meet you guys in person, kind of.
Yes.
Sorta,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
only way, really. Okay. Thank you. Have
Thank
a good
you.
rest of your day.
You too. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
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 Thanks for watching, guys. Please share, like, and subscribe to our channel, and find us on all of our social media, links in our bio. Thanks.